What's up, everyone? It's your boy Zenix Saxzon here. We're going to review the last match of Sting. We see Matt and Nick Jackson, the EVPs, coming out in the old style Rocky robes. Darby Allin would make his entrance next. And then we go to Plaza Theater. Let me know if that's a significance to anybody. This right here, I noticed we're getting a lot of these throwbacks. You notice that Tony Storm and a lot of other people like the Art Deco. So that's somebody in there likes that. Dave Meltzer, you got to give the obligatory salute if you're in AEW. I liked these old clips. Yes, Sting at one time was kind of a power lifter. Faced Antonio Inoki. Mean Gene. It's really sad what happened at his funeral. DDP spoke about that. That lady right there, I want to say she's might be Sting's mom, or she used to be like somebody who was famous in the territories. I think Cornette spoke about her. I don't know. I could be wrong. He looks in the camera with some intensity. He says it's showtime for the last time. Let's go. His son come out with the original Sting outfit. I really thought that he should have came out in the original outfit, but whatever. That's my version of Sting right there. I was a Wolfpack for life. That's how we rolled. I love it to see the stands and the stadiums packed out. This was fantastic. We got a live crowd here. AEW doesn't normally draw this big, although they'll tell you otherwise, but it's good to see Greensboro filled out. There's the nice wide shot with everybody there. 3 eras of Sting, except Joker Sting. Right as everybody was getting to Seek and Destroy, which was Sting's original music, Darby goes to the outside. So, everybody was hitting Stinger splashes. His kids. And they were getting enthusiastic into this. So, for what it's worth, A for effort. Look at that. That's a heat-seeking missile. Talk about seek and destroy right there, bro. That guy. Sting, he gets a 2v1 right here. Tries to go for the early tap out just because there's nowhere in the match that you're going to fit this spot. But you know it's not going to work. Tell me what you think this move is. If you guessed being thrown into the barricade, you were right. Bet you didn't have that in the bingo card because it looked like a botch. Sting's first no-sell of the night on some punches. Like, what are you doing, kid? But then again, everybody's no-selling these Jackson boys. But you have one rule. You have to sell for Sting. So they both took concrete floor bumps here. Old school. And immediately furniture is everywhere. And this match turns into a TLC match. Very quick. And then the panes of glass come out. And I'm thinking, oh, crap, are you serious? Now, right here, if you're holding a guy down, he shouldn't be able to move. And he moves right away. That's not really logical with incapacitation rules. So, I didn't like that spot too well. And then Sting turns around and botches hitting the glass right here. So, your boy was really quick and went right back to smashing it. But the first time I saw that, I was like a little, what just happened? Did he just break glass for no reason? They begged off like scalded dogs and ran into the crowd. Now take a look at those two girls right there. They're the dancers that came out in Swerve Strickland's entrance. One of them's wearing a jacket very similar to Swerve. The other one's half naked. Who just lets half naked women stand around like that? I mean, these days are wild. But I think Swerve might be banging that other girl. But it's not the same jacket. I verified this. So, anyway, there's a line down his jacket. There's not a line down that one. But they are very similar jackets. So, that's the girl on the far left of the entrance. I don't know the girl wearing the jacket. I don't know where she's placed. So you can see right here, that's where they're telling the girls, get the hell out of the way, you're in the shot. And I was thinking, that's a security issue. WWE would never have allowed that because they knew the action was going to go backstage. Just food for thought. You guys do what you will with it. I don't see anyone else reporting on it. Falcon Arrow off the stage, traditional suplex onto the double tables. Now everybody's gone through tables. We got bodies everywhere. Absolute pandemonium. Here's where we get the first, fuck the Young Bucks chant. And they're kind of like, are we getting heat? Well, of course you are. Like, this is why you put yourself into this match, is because you wanted heat, and you can't get it any other way. You have to steal Jim Cornette's ideas. You have to steal everybody else's ideas. So, it's just really sad, even though you hate them. But, that being said, Darby gets thrown onto the stairs And even though he has a bad back, he starts rolling around on the bad back. Basically, imagine getting thrown onto a ladder and then coming in like a hot tag. And then he goes up top and does the death spot, as I call it. And boom. This looked brutal. It was bad. The glass went everywhere. And it went into the audience. And you can see there's a woman in the front row in the corner that she jumps back to try to get it off of her. Like, she brushes her shirt. The only good thing is it takes Darby out of the match for a while, so Sting gets to 2v1. But watch the girl in the pink. Like, it was coming at her, and then she has to rub, and he's already bleeding like crazy. So, I mean, we expected it. Sting, he goes up on the ladder, takes a table bump from the ladder, and this is how tables will catch you. They break in weird ways, and you get that little metal bar scrape the top of your head. I'm surprised he didn't get, legit busted open. Second no-sell of the night. Doesn't beat the chest, though. And then I thought he was going to come back, but then this surprised the hell out of me. Boom! Sting goes through the glass, and I was like, well, this dude really is going to go all out in his last match. But this is none of the stuff Sting's known for. But it's all transferring heat to the Young Bucks. It's the only way to do it if you're going to let them lose the match. This pretty much told me what I needed to know. Now it's time to get the Legends involved. So Ricky the Dragon doesn't let him get the title. He fights back. He throws a little chops like he does. And then what a sell. Like, Ric Flair's like, oh, you actually sold for Ricky. Man, can I get that on one of my chops? But they came in and hit him with the chair. So, Flair gets in the ring. They worked this for a while. And then they hit Flair with a double super kick. Which, notice where the glass is. Flair's choking Sting almost at that point in time, too. But Flair has to roll around the glass. And look at his wrist. He's got 2 watches, which means one of them had blood pressure on it to make sure he didn't die in that ring. That's how bad his health is. The guy's a walking zombie. Now, Flair's staring up at the turnbuckle. I found this hilarious. But he's such a pro, he's gone, and you don't see him, you don't notice him being gone after this. Stinger takes super kick party to the face, and then he's like a zombie. He just comes back, and then he does the third no-sell after this. Now you know it's about to pop off. So, Scorpion Death Drop, and then you can kind of see or feel we're going home at this point. Because they're hitting him with everything, and this is where he's like, sometimes I feel invincible. He's like, give me more, just constant no-selling, because there's only so much smoke and mirrors that you can do. So they hit him again, and then Darby's back, throws the dude through the table, climbs up, and this is what I thought. Scorpion Death Drop, coffin lock, and then we go into the lock, right? And we get a tap out. And they do that, but he goes for the Scorpion Death Drop, and they do a 2-count kick out, because you got to look strong. It's just weird. It messed up the momentum. Sting turns him around and holds him, and he tells the whole crowd to get up, because old school logic is the moment that's best in wrestling. In the 80s, they used to teach you this prior to this, is when you have the guys set up for your finisher, that's when you have the crowd in the palm of your hands. Jake the Snake used to preach that. And he milked it. That was great. And then you can see on his face, just, I can't believe it. We got there. It worked. Let's hold the belts up. All in all, decent match. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. You can see Flair hanging around, trying to get called in the ring. They never did. They told him to go away. Sting thanks everybody. Fans cry. And, we send everybody home. And he talks about how many stitches Darby's going to get. So, it is what it is. They cut him off later on and wouldn't let him finish his acceptance speech, but the rest of it was on YouTube. So, what are you going to say? It's not Flair's last match, and it's not as good as WrestleMania with him and Shawn, but it wasn't like the last one he did either. So it's up there in some of the best last matches, and I'm not gonna sit and nitpick it too much. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna complain about Darby ruining it or anything because I don't think he did. He stayed out of it, and the Young Bucks were not the people to have in that match because they couldn't work. And it is what it is. So I think FTR, other people, just imagine how good that match would have been if FTR had been in it. That's all I'm gonna say. You guys can put your opinions below, and I'll leave it at that. All in all, thank you, Sting. Great career, and we're gonna miss you, buddy. Deuces.